Hi all, well I'm here on the Thursday that this video is going out. I have no footage because I've been away for a few days. So these are just two really small projects. But anyway, this is the most horrendous, horriblest little table I think that I've got. It came with a house. So my idea is I have some beautiful silk fringing that came off a shawl. And obviously that's part of the shawl too, and they are antique. So it was almost a waste to put it on this table, to be honest, but I'm going ahead and doing it anyway. And then this is a lovely little old elephant, and I'm going to see if I can create a platform with some wheels on. So it's like a little pull along elephant for the nursery. But let's see how we get on. Let's get into it anyway. Doing that again because for some reason that piece turned out oval. So this time I'm going to give myself just a little bit more to play with, which isn't always a bad idea, is it? I was so confident that would be perfect. I'm running away with myself. Anyway, the bit you missed out, I was saying I had a nice time on holiday. We went to Anglesey, the Isle of Anglesey in Wales, which is part of the UK. Just for 3 days, and it was a fantastic break. I loved it. Lovely sea views from our little accommodation. And to be honest, I was going to take something with me to do while I was away, and my husband was like, no, just have a break. And he's right, because I've come back with renewed vigour. That one looks oval a bit. Oh, let's see if it fits. Right, that's going to fit good. Isn't that weird? I wonder if that table's slightly off shape. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Well, that seems to be where it fits best anyway, so yeah. So my plan is to stick that down because it's always very hard to get things to drape properly. Right, I think I'm going to use my Collage glue. I've actually got some fabric glue, and do you know what? It was absolutely quite rubbish. Specifically made for fabrics, and last time I tried using it, I was like so disappointed. So, like I say, this is really what paper crafters use, but I found it really good for a lot of uses. It's very good. I'll just show you. I've showed it you before, but I'll show it you again. So I'm just going round. I've got you on screen, haven't I? Yeah. Not being overly generous with it, just going round. Well, if this was that fabric glue, I'd be holding it forever and a day waiting for it to go off. So, as you can see, this is quite a good alternative. I hope you can see with the sun coming in. I know it creates shadows. But I'm enjoying it. A bit of sun. We've just had days of rain. Well, yesterday especially. From here, I've got quite a bit of it, so I don't need to be too precious with it. But it is gorgeous. I'll just trim that off to that stitching because then I know it shouldn't come done. You can see it shouldn't. There's stitching along there. If I do it to there, that'll be like an edge that'll stop it fraying, and the glue will certainly stop it fraying as well. I'll just do that and then we'll carry on. Right, I've decided on the length. Obviously it's just touching the floor, so I'm just using my board here as a guide. Okay, we've done that. Like I said, this is the quickest and smallest of projects. So we're just going to glue that on that. Call it finished. It can go in my nursery. Right, so there we have it, just a simple little table. I just need to trim off a couple of the fringes where they're a bit longer. And let's face it, that couldn't have been much simpler, and it had to be due to time. But hopefully that might give you a little idea to do something to maybe a piece of a table or a little piece of furniture that you're not so struck on, and you have something you can cover it up with. It looks all right. Right, I've decided it just needed a little something because it is going in nursery, so I wanted it just to be a little bit on the pretty side. So I've got these braids. I've only got them bits fit because I've cut these off it, which I wasn't keen on. I'm not really a frilly type person, so I'm going to have to stick it on in a few bits. I think probably 2. Yeah, 2 bits. So I'll do that, and then I'll show you at the end. There you go. I don't think that looks too bad. I'm still able to move that down a little bit. I can just see it's a little bit higher. Well, that's better. That's all right. Like I say, as soon as I can afford something better, I'll probably replace it. But yeah, that little trim just finished it off, gave it a little bit of colour. Okay, so next project is my little elephant that I'm hopefully going to make into a little pull-along trolley or toy. So this is genuine wood, or wood at that actually. So it's going to sit on top of there. So now I've just got to create some wheels. All it is, a piece of wood. I just slightly curved the corners off and gave it a tiny sand there along the just to give it a bit of a chamfer. Let's see what we can do. Right, I've been through my button box. I've got those ones and those ones. I was hoping to find some wood ones, but I can't. I'm granny. That's it. So anyway, oh, looking at that now, that one looks a bit bigger, doesn't it? Is that bigger? No, I think they're all the same. I think I better go with them because that end one, even though I think it's the same, does look slightly different. So right, I've drilled 4 holes. How successfully, I'm not sure. One of them might not be any good. So now I'm just going to sort of gauge where that needs to be. So it's about there, which is, I think I'm going to have to measure this. So if the middle of that is there, that should be right. And I'm not going to touch. As you can see, some of my holes are not fantastic, but they should be all right for this. After all, it's not going to get a lot of use, is it? We can only be wonky wheels as well as everything else. Of course, it's hit a hard bit. Come on. I wonder if there's an old nail there. I can see it. There is, look. Could you believe that? The one place I need to be in, there's an old nail or something. It's because, like I said to you, it is a genuine old piece of wood out of an old piece of furniture. I'm just going to have to go this side of it. Right, as I thought, one has been a bit of a disaster. This one's on all right. I'm not putting the nail completely in. I might need to, but we'll see. It's turning all right anyway. I mean, it certainly wouldn't be suitable for a child, so please don't go doing that. So I'll show you what I've done. Which one's... that's a good one. I think that's a good one. And that's the broken one. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to have to use one of these and maybe paint them or something. I don't know. But these nails are also a little bit, well, not only are they bent, they're a little bit on the big side. So I'm having to just take my Dremel and just wiggle it about a bit, trying to... I haven't got a lot to work with, that's the trouble. Go round, but see, that's quite tight now. I think they'll loosen off. Yeah, they turn. So I'll do the other two. I'll get back to you, and then we're going to just put that on top, make a pull. That's the point we're at. I've put this on with glue for now. What I wanted to do was tie the ends of the elastic and put staples on. But I can't find my staple gun anywhere, and I'm just wasting time, and it's getting dark. So unfortunately, I've glued it on. It would have looked nicer with staples, but it's only the underneath. And I'm just going to super glue this on. It would be better with wood glue. It is an old elephant. It's a shame to use super glue, but unfortunately, that's what I've got to do. Right, so there you have it. There you go. He's going to look very cute in my nursery. Oh, and I just wanted to say, I knew I forgot something. Thank you to anybody who's commented. Really appreciate it. I love hearing from you. So if you could subscribe and click that notification bell and keep leaving me comments, that's great. Thank you. Ta-ta for now. Okay, so here's a little teaser for you. This is the nursery of my big old house. So I wanted to show you the whole thing, but it's got so dark that I can't really, to be honest with you, and I want to give you a proper tour. So I'm just going to show you the nursery. And as you can see, it's got some electric lighting. And I did redecorate this, and I'm not 100% sure I'd do the same thing again. I think I know a bit more about dolls' houses now and what you should and shouldn't do. Right, so there's Martha. You've seen her before. She's nanny and maid as well. She has a lot to do, this girl. And there's the little elephant, bull-along elephant I've just done. And that's a little, now I believe you can call them granddaughter clocks, because it's small. It's a bit too small scale, I know, but it's just filling a space at the moment. And obviously you've all seen the cradle with the baby in before, if you've watched my previous videos. And there's Ophelia. She's having a tea party with Teddy and Dolly. And as usual, she's always got a pout on her face, that girl. And that's the little table. As you can see from a distance, it actually looks all right. And these chairs are a recent purchase. which I absolutely love. And so is the gorgeous little bed. I can't take credit for any of this. I've just bought it as it is. And obviously that's a little rocker. And a little hobby horse, which isn't old, but it just looks nice. But isn't that bed divine? It's just gorgeous. I love the way they've done the duvet. Well, it's not a duvet, it would have been an eider-down type thing, isn't it? But the detail on the bed is just gorgeous. It just really does look beautiful. As you can see my light out of the window there. And I put the ceiling rose in. It was a fitment off it was more like a drawer knob. So I just looked at it and I thought, oh yeah, I know where that's going to go. So I'll zoom out again. And like I said, we'll show you the whole thing properly next week. And don't get me wrong, this is one of the few furnished rooms. A lot of them aren't furnished or fully decorated or even finished. Anyway, it is what it is. And I hope you enjoyed that little sneak preview of it. And like I said, thank you to everybody who subscribed, commented, and left a thumbs up. Appreciate it. So anyway, ta-ta for now. See you next week.